But that's fine. I don't have an issue with that. We can provide you documentation
Well,
as
you
to
can
what
have an
happened.
issue with anything. All I'm trying to do is get to the bottom of this. Bottom line.
I called and then they told me to email her.
Email who?
Whoever, I don't remember the name.
Well, you're going to have to show me that email. If you're telling me my staff did not respond to you or did not address that, ma'am, you paid no rent. Nothing.
I don't think it's okay to steal someone's stuff.
Well, they didn't steal it.
Except they did because we made an
You know what? Here's what we're going to do. But you said you sent an email.
Yes, unless it didn't. Oh, it didn't. Well, I have it on here, but I didn't send it apparently.
No, ma'am, I'm just going to tell you right now. Here's how I work. You want to ruffle my feathers? You insult my staff.
This entitled squatter is in court today going head to head with her landlord and the landlord's attorney, and honestly, this one is going to make your head spin. We're talking about a case so obvious it's almost painful. Someone who literally refuses to live in reality with the rest of us. From the second she starts talking, you can just tell she's going to double down on every excuse possible. She hasn't paid rent. She's tossing out accusations about stolen belongings, and the way she tells her story makes it sound like she's the victim in all of this, and the wild part is you'll see how the details fall apart the longer she talks. But let me know in the comments what you think the law should do to squatters like this who abuse their landlords. Let's dive in here.
And frankly, Your Honor, I don't know if you recall, but this particular resident was in another unit. We generously waived her entire balance because she had repair issues. We moved her into a new unit, and now she hasn't paid any rent.
I was locked out in the middle of moving.
Sorry?
I was locked out in the middle of moving and they didn't help me with like what we agreed upon.
You were locked out and they didn't help you. What do you mean by that?
So remember how we were talking about how I couldn't afford a moving truck and that they will figure out something for me.
Right.
They locked me out in the middle of moving. And when we got access, which was end of May, a lot of my stuff was stolen, including a firearm, all my small kitchen appliances, my daughter's brand new sheets, my security cameras.
So what do you mean they locked you out? I don't get it.
Like we didn't have access. Like they changed the locks.
On your
On my
previous...
yes. I did not render the old keys. And also
So in essence, so I just want to circuit this. In essence, you're saying they changed the locks before you got all your stuff out.
I don't know what to do at this point.
Your Honor, if I can add, I would respond, but I'd rather have Amy respond because she has direct knowledge of what happened, because I don't believe that's our position. And I also don't believe it's relevant to this case, but that's a separate issue. I think it's worth responding to.
Your Honor, that's absolutely not factual. She signed a whole new lease, and I don't think I don't think Ms. Lutkoff or anyone would volunteer us to pay for a moving truck or use my maintenance guys to move her belongings, which is what Ms. Bannock seems to be under the impression that we offered her in court. She was given plenty of opportunity. In fact, there was a lot of grace given here to remove her stuff. And in fact, she came in our office on several occasions saying she didn't have a babysitter. She had to work. Her boyfriend had to work, all these reasons. I locked down the apartment upon her signing a new lease, sir. She took possession of a new apartment, Your Honor. And yes, I locked down the unit. She did turn in keys to our box. And so I took possession of an apartment that she no longer had possession of, Your Honor. And she left belongings.
Was there stuff in there?
Yes, my stuff was in there.
There was
and I have
boxes,
keys right now.
I believe.
I have the keys.
So what?
The keys
I
are
mean,
in my bag.
I can't say whether she kept a set of keys or not, Your Honor, but what I do know is that way later after the fact, after she's been in this other apartment for quite some time, she's bringing up issues of stuff that she wanted out of the old apartment. And at that time, I had already started a trash out, Your Honor. I mean, she signed a whole nother lease.
Your Honor, I think there was an issue.
I understand she signed a whole nother lease, but I'm just trying to figure out what period in time are we talking about?
I have a timeline. So
Your Honor,
we didn't
I'm
gain.
going to just state for the record here that factually, just from a legal perspective, if she wants to pursue, she certainly can file an action for damages if she feels that her property has been damaged on another unit, but we're in court on this unit. And so I don't believe it's
Well,
relevant.
yeah, but this unit, Miss Lutoff, that's disingenuous because this unit only comes about because of the issues that were in the other unit. So to try to separate them out doesn't make much sense.
Well, I think it does, Your Honor, because she didn't remove her belongings, but obviously this is your courtroom.
Okay, but
I'm just
that may be a defense to what she's claiming if she didn't remove the items. That may be a defense, but to say it has to be a whole another separate thing, I don't think that that's true.
Well, I do because we're talking about a certain property
Okay,
address.
then
None of
I'll
that.
take what she filed. I'll tell her to go up there, stamp it in as another case, and it's just coming back with this one. I don't know where that gets us.
Well, I don't know what she filed. I mean, she didn't say anything in her filing, so, but that's fine. You want to consolidate it, I don't have an issue with that. We can provide you documentation
Well,
as
you
to
can
what
have an
happened.
issue with anything. All I'm trying to do is get to the bottom of this. Bottom line. That's all I want to know. And I want to know where I'm going to take this
If
case.
somebody here can explain why this attorney is dragging this case out, please, I am all ears right now. It almost feels like they're circling the same point over and over without locking in on the strongest facts here. Maybe this girl is worried about being on the hook for her belongings from the old place, but that makes no sense. She literally signed a new lease, she turned in her keys, and if she still left stuff behind, then that's on her. Most landlords would have already cleared that out without a second thought, so I just don't understand why this is a big deal. And as for the attorney, like I said, I mean, just stick to the timeline and the documents and that would shut this case down way faster. Instead, I mean, this attorney is just wandering off into unnecessary details that aren't moving the needle here. Meanwhile, the judge is just sitting there waiting for somebody to actually land the point. I mean, you'd think in a case this clear-cut you'd want to wrap it up as efficiently as possible. I mean, the longer they drag it out, the more room she has to spin her version of events. And trust me, this is not the kind of witness you want riffing on the record here. Let me know if you guys have any theory for why this attorney is playing this slowly. Let's dive back in.
So
she can have her objections, you can have your objections. We're going to do it my way. Go ahead, man.
all right. So the reason why we're here is because I feel like I can't trust their maintenance people because my stuff was stolen. I don't want anyone coming into my apartment.
Ma'am, you were at the point of a timeline.
Yeah. So the timeline is I think we did our court date like April 26th, I think. And that's when we dismissed the case, which honestly, I wish we had set things and whatever. And then that next week or that Friday or whatever they had to finish with the apartment, I think we grabbed the keys like that Friday. So then we started that weekend because I was working 2 to 10:30. So we were putting the kids to bed and then we were getting the stuff. Plus, like I said,
Okay, fine.
couldn't move it.
So how much time passed between the time that you got the keys to the new place?
It was like a week and 3 days. And
So
then we
10 days
yeah,
passed.
and we lost access for 3 weeks. We didn't get the
Oh, ma'am, stop. You had after you moved into the other apartment, you had access for 10 days.
basically, yeah.
And you couldn't get all of your stuff out in 10 days.
No.
Okay, that's going to be a problem for you. They can't hold the apartment open for you to go in and move out in that fashion. You don't get 30 days to move out.
I understand. It would have been quicker if we could have just had that one last day.
Ma'am, I'll be honest with you. If you're telling me, you made it sound initially like they locked you out, and that's all I was trying to get to the bottom of.
Yeah.
They didn't do that. It seems like, and by what you're telling me, you get the other unit, you got 10 days, and you don't get all your property out in 10 days.
Well, technically, we didn't even have 10 days. They only gave us a week, but
Okay, and that's even my point.
yeah.
My point is 10 days would be extraordinary grace to get your stuff out.
Yeah.
A week, maybe about normal.
Mhm.
That you move from one unit to the next unit. Maybe
What
get that.
about the previous agreement that some help was going to happen?
Ma'am, I don't recall that being
Can
the
we look
issue.
over the transcripts, please?
The transcripts of what? If you want to order transcripts, you can.
I tried. I haven't gotten a response.
I have not received a request for any.
It was a month and a half ago, granted. Sorry.
No, ma'am. You made a request for transcripts to my staff?
Yes, I did. I called and then they told me to email her.
Email who?
Whoever, I don't remember the name.
Well, you're going to have to show me that email because I'm going to be honest with you. If you're telling me my staff did not respond to you or did not address that.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Sure. Ma'am, while you're looking for that, who was supposed to help you move?
I'm not sure. Apparently, I mean, it said that they will figure something out because I literally said I could not afford a moving truck.
Ma'am. Okay. So you go over to this new unit and you have not paid any rent in that new unit. And your justification for not paying rent in the new unit is because things got stolen from your other unit.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's becoming official now. Every sentence she says makes her sound more and more like a textbook squatter. I mean, she literally had over a week to get her belongings out, which is already more time than most tenants ever get. I mean, most people, like the rest of us, have to move their stuff out before the lease ended. So this was already generous in my opinion, but somehow I guess her excuse for not paying rent is the landlord stole her things before she couldn't move out in a single day. I mean, it also didn't take 1 day, it took 10, so I mean obviously her story is trying to manipulate the court here, and that's not even counting the time she spent dodging communication instead of handling her business. I mean, she really is twisting the story here to make it sound like she's the victim when she had every opportunity to avoid the situation. I'd almost respect the creativity if it wasn't so transparent. I mean, the more she talks, the more it's clear she's either playing games or completely disconnected from reality. And let's be honest, both of those problems are a problem when you're in front of a judge. I just don't buy her version for a second here. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you think she's a squatter or just wildly irresponsible.
There's some major issues with my new unit though. And they said it was good to go. It's not good. It was not good to go.
Ma'am, you paid no rent. Nothing.
I don't think it's okay to steal someone's stuff.
Well, they didn't steal it.
Except they did because we made an
You know
agreement.
what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to set this for a trial. We're going to set this for a trial on an expedited basis. Because did you find that email to my staff? Because I don't believe that you're telling me the truth. Because, ma'am, I'm going to tell you what. When somebody tells me my staff didn't respond.
I did call up here. I will say that.
But you said you sent an email.
Yes, unless it didn't. Oh, it didn't. Well, I have it on here, but I didn't send it apparently.
I'm not going to make you apologize to my staff for trying to say they didn't respond. No, ma'am, I'm just going to tell you right now. Here's how I work. And my staff knows this. If somebody wants something from them and they're supposed to provide it, they provide it. If you come up in here and you tell me that my staff didn't do it, didn't order the transcript, that they didn't respond to it, you want to ruffle my feathers, you insult my staff.
I
don't. I'll consider anything you're saying about that afterwards, just an apology to Emily. Okay. I'm just going to set this for, I'm just going to set it for trial. The final settlement conference is going to work. Give me a trial date on a Tuesday.
I can't.
Of this month?
Could we possibly set it for August?
No. Ma'am, I'm not going to delay this out. You paid no rent.
Okay, but I have a class on Tuesday.
Ma'am, we all have different things on Tuesdays. We all have different things, different times. I'm going to set it for trial. You've not paid them any rent. You're claiming that they stole your stuff. You're claiming that they didn't help you. Well, I'm going to get to the bottom of it, if that's what it is. So I'm going to set non-jury trial in this matter.
Are we
for July 23rd.
So does that mean like jury and stuff?
No, ma'am. No jury was requested. July 23rd, 2024 That will be at 9 a.m. That will be in person. Ma'am, you make sure that you have all of your witnesses, all of your evidence. We'll hear it then, and then I'll make my decision.
If you were hoping for a twist ending here, sorry, there is just no way she's winning this case, like not even a percent. Best case for the landlord here, she's ordered to pay the rent she owes on a month-to-month basis. In the worst case for her, she gets evicted and still owes the balance. I mean, this girl's been playing this oops I forgot game with deadlines like it's going to magically change the facts, and it's really not fooling anybody, like it's just one of the worst cases I've ever seen. You saw her trying to delay the bench trial date too because she knows exactly how this thing is going to go, so that just makes me believe she's not a complete idiot. I mean, at this point she's just trying to buy time before the inevitable. I mean, this really isn't some deep legal mystery either. It's a pretty standard example of how entitlement plays out in court. And it's also a reminder for landlords to keep tight records so people like this don't drag the process out longer than necessary. But yeah guys, let me know in the comments whose side you're on, the landlord or this entitled squatter. Because for me this one's about as clear as it gets. Thank you so much for watching guys, I really appreciate you. Make sure to like and subscribe, it really helps out the channel, and take care everyone.